The Anxious ADHDer. Integrated Strategies for Parenting Kids with Both ADHD and Anxiety. By Aubrey Tyrell Young. And narrated by Madison G. This book is intended to provide helpful and informative material on the topics addressed. It is sold with the understanding that the author and publisher are not engaged in rendering medical, psychological, or other professional services. The information contained herein is not intended as a substitute for professional diagnosis, advice, or treatment from a qualified healthcare provider or mental health professional. Readers should consult with appropriate professionals for any specific concerns regarding their child's health, development, or well-being. Decisions regarding diagnosis, treatment, or specific strategies should be made in consultation with qualified professionals who are familiar with the individual child's specific circumstances. Any case examples or stories presented in this book are illustrative. Names and identifying details may have been changed or combined to protect privacy. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, is coincidental. Preface. In clinical practice over many years, one observes patterns. A particularly frequent and often perplexing pattern involves the child who sits restlessly in the chair, perhaps fidgeting, perhaps interrupting, while simultaneously radiating an undercurrent of worry or exhibiting pronounced hesitation in new situations. This is the child whose parent receives advice that sounds contradictory. He needs more structure and clear consequences for his ADHD behaviors. Alongside, she needs gentle handling and reduced pressure because of her anxiety. Parents arrive feeling understandably confused, exhausted, and often blaming themselves for their child's struggles with focus, impulsivity, emotional outbursts, social difficulties, and persistent fears. It became increasingly apparent that while excellent resources exist for parenting children with ADHD, and separate resources address childhood anxiety effectively, there was a distinct gap. What seemed missing was a practical guide specifically for parents navigating the tricky intersection where these two conditions meet and often amplify each other. Treating ADHD without considering the coexisting anxiety often led to strategies that felt too harsh or demanding, exacerbating the child's fear and resistance. Conversely, focusing solely on anxiety without addressing the underlying executive function challenges and impulsivity of ADHD often left core difficulties unresolved, continuing to fuel situations that triggered anxiety in the first place. This book was born from
Sample complete. Ready to continue?